Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is Susan Brennan, and we are here for our weekly Growth and Grace Facebook Live. I'm pumped because this morning I'm going to share a little bit of a revelation with you guys. So this is something that I've struggled with personally for a long time, is that whole feeling stuck when you're looking at all the different options and all the different things, and like, this is, I could do this, or I could go over here and do this, I could make that choice or take this opportunity. And it can feel overwhelming, it can feel confusing, it can, for me at least, feel incredibly frustrating because you want to move forward, you want to go towards your dreams, you want to hit goals, and yet you remain stuck. You just stay there. And one of the things that I personally have, like a vision that I keep having, like a visual I'm going to share with you this morning, is the whole staircase, right? We've all heard that. The ominous, like, oh, there's so many stairs and so many steps. And I want to know what's coming up. I want to be able to see what's ahead of me, so I know this is the staircase that I'm going to be on, right? Like, we've all heard that. And maybe in the last 3 months or so, I've been getting some pretty cool little reminders from God about that specific thing, about the staircase, right? So I've been, I would say the last year or so especially, have been making a big transformation in that arena, as far as simply taking the step and then knowing, and I've been experiencing as well, that then the next step is illuminated. So you really can see, and the faster you take the steps, the faster the illumination happens. So you're never walking in the dark, right? Like, you're never stumbling and just, you don't have any idea. The more steps you take, the more clarity comes to you. So the very first thing I'm going to guide you to do is to just take that step, even though you can't see the staircase, even though you don't know all of the things that are coming up ahead of you. Take the step, because that's when the clarity comes. That's when the light turns on. That's what makes it get brighter. So I know that feels like, oh, I still don't know exactly which step to take. Take a step. Take a step. Call it a step of faith. Call it just a step, like, take it, whatever you're going to call it, take it. And the vision that I want to share with you guys, and the reason why this is what I wanted to talk on this morning, and I'm just seeing now that there's some people popping on. Good morning. Hi, you guys. Liz and Efren and Brandon and Lisa. Hi. Hey, good morning, everyone. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because more and more lately, I would say the last couple weeks especially, I've been having conversations with people, and I've been sharing this vision, and each time I share it, it's like that, whoa, light bulb moment, and which is totally what I experienced when God first highlighted it to me. So I'm super pumped to share it with you this morning, and or this evening, or whenever you're watching this, whatever year it is when you're watching this video. I'm trusting this is going to be a light bulb moment for you. And I see that Denise and Becky jumped on. Good morning, you guys, gals. So as you're looking up the staircase and you're going, okay, I know there's a staircase up there. I want to see the stairs. I want to know what I'm stepping into. I want to know what it looks like. I want to know, my next however many steps, so that I can plan accordingly and kind of brace myself, right? That was totally where I was. And what's cool about taking steps before you know all of that is that it becomes more and more clear to you as you go. And here's the revelation, you guys. So I was getting so stuck, and I was like, God, why am I getting so stuck on taking this first step? Like, I want to know the staircase. Why can't you just reveal the next steps to me, right? Like, why can't you just highlight and just kind of give me a little insider's information? What is going on? Why can't I see all the stairs? Like, why won't you reveal that to me? Do you guys want to know what? So God and I get a little sassy when we talk together. And he kind of came at me a little bit, like, you want to know why? All right, here is why. I'm not revealing all the stairs to you in that staircase, Because right now you're scared of not knowing because you want to be able to plan and brace yourself and, you know, bundle up resources to make sure that you're feeling secure when you walk up the staircase, right? Like and that is very accurate. That's exactly where I was. So he kind of called me out on it. And then he said, the reason that I'm not showing you the entire staircase and I'm not revealing it to you ahead of time is because it's so grand and it's so big and it's so high and it's going to take you places you can't even imagine. It would intimidate you beyond, because it's so far outside your comfort zone with where you're at right now, that if I were to show you the top of the staircase where you're going, you still wouldn't take the first step. You still wouldn't take the first step if you knew what the staircase looked like, because it's so big. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, that one took a long time to sink in. It hit me so hard, because I think when we're planning and planning and planning for our future, which, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of benefits to planning for your future, so I'm not knocking that. But when you get so tied to it that you won't take a step in your present to get you there, that's a problem. That's what I'm speaking to. And we get so busy planning and we have our vision, right, of what we want things to look like or what we want our life to look like. I'm looking across at my wall over here at my vision board. Like, I'm clear on what I want in my life and what I'm going for in my life. And these things that I'm looking at are things that I came up with inside of my own head with my own imagination. God is outside of that. He's so far beyond our reality that I can't fathom what I'm going to get to experience in my life. And I look at my vision board and it feels real stretchy. Like, there are things on there and I'm going, I have no idea how that's going to happen. No idea what that's going to look like. But I could imagine it. I could think of it. And so when God says something like that he's not even going to reveal it to me, because even with all the growth I've done and even with the trajectory I'm on, it still would intimidate me because it's so far outside my comfort zone. It's like a crazy thought for me, because I'm already in this, like, whoa, I already feel stretched. I already feel intimidated by some of the goals I set, which you should feel intimidated by your goals. Like, if your goals are something that you can just, yeah, that's easy. Make them bigger. Like, stretch yourself. You're capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. And quick side note on that, when you set big goals, make sure that you have people in your life who speak life into them and who don't try to talk you out of them. And especially, I've been reminded lately, I was actually just at a workshop last night with some people, and you just be cautious of who you're sharing it with and who you're taking advice from and who you're taking guidance from. If they haven't walked that path successfully ahead of you, they're not the ones to lead you through it, right? So don't be taking advice. The event I went to last night was a financial event, right? Like, don't take financial advice from people who haven't achieved the financial goals that you're looking to achieve. If they haven't done it, then don't go to them for advice on it. So, side note, that one was, I might dive into that on another live, because that one I could really go into it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I really want you guys to feel empowered when you watch these. Like, I want these to unlock. I want you to watch this and feel like, whoa, oh my gosh, holy cow, and experience that freedom and that liberation of not being like stuck and tied down. And I say that with so much love and respect and awareness around it, because I lived in that for so long. So many years I spent stuck and just living that Groundhog Day, that same life over and over, not making different choices, but thinking about making different choices. So it was extremely frustrating to then still be stuck. But at the end of the day, if you're actually not tangibly making the different choices and taking different actions, thinking about it, it's not going to work. So I really wanted to remind you and encourage you that when you're looking up at that staircase and you know, and you're like, you're looking so far up because it's way up there. And you're so like, I just wish that I knew what the next however many steps were. I wish you could just like put streetlights up the side of the staircase so I could just see the whole thing. See how pretty it is. And I say pretty because on my vision board, I have one of those dual staircases in a home. I just love that. So, again, side note. But, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of new people joining. Hi, yay, Leonard, Liz, Lori, Sloan. Oh, Sloan. Oh, mwah. Moon, good morning. Teresa, yay, everyone. Hi, good morning. If you missed the first part of this, go back and rewatch it because it'll make a lot more sense. Oh, Cashmere. If you could hear that, was my cat yelling. There he is right there. This is Cashmere, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, this side. I'm still getting used to the video to go the opposite way there. But you guys, if you are heading up that staircase and you're just wanting to see the whole thing, just be reminded that you are literally in the perfect place. And the people that are in your life right now, the experiences you're having right now, they are all stretching you to be able to have that staircase, like to be able to make it available to you. So I look back and think all of the frustrations I've experienced and the experiences where I was like, what in the heck? Like, why am I going through this? It's so frustrating, or it's so defeating feeling. And I'm reminded with revelations like this that the reason we go through that is to stretch us so that we can be like, the more stretched you are, the more capacity you have to receive. So just think about that for a second. Like if you're like, oh, getting so stretched, the more you welcome it, the more it's going to flow, and the more you're like embracing it, ready to receive everything that life is going to bring to you. So just as you're visualizing that, really be conscious of the fact that, okay, I don't need to know the whole staircase. I don't need to see the whole thing, because even if I did, I still would be intimidated to take the first step because it's so big. You guys, your staircase is so big and it's so cool. And we, right now in this present moment, all we have to do is take one step. And I'm going to post a comment in here. I'm going to type it as we're talking, as I'm talking. I'm going to type it in here because it's one of my favorite quotes. And I do not have the name of the person who said it, but just to be clear, I did not come up with this. It's not enough to stare up the steps. We must step up the stairs. Right? This is like this. I want to make sure I type that correctly. It's not enough to stare up the steps. We must step up the stairs. Right? Like that. So as we're going about our day today, we're about to sign off here. So just as you go about your day, as you have the opportunity to take a step, take it. With each step you take, the illumination will happen. So if you're looking for clarity, take a step. It's not going to come to you while you're waiting for it and thinking about it and strategizing it. Clarity comes when you take the step. So take the step, step up the stairs. Don't just stare up the steps. Oh, I freaking love that quote. I wish I could remember who said that. So good. And you like empower yourself, remind yourself the reason that you're on this staircase. Like there's so much ahead of you, and whatever you're going through right now, and I get it, guys, there are days, like even yesterday I had like this defeated feeling with some stuff going on. There are times where you feel that, and it's up to us to reach out for support and ask someone to like, hey, I'm struggling with this. Do you have any advice? Do you have, again, someone you trust, someone who's walked the path ahead of you, and just get support. Reach out, ask for it, comment on here. Like if there's something you're struggling with and you're just not totally sure, this is my time to wrap it up reminder. Kind of jazzy. if there's something that you're just not sure about or you're still feeling stuck, I encourage you to take any action around it. Make a phone call around it. Do a Google search. How do people handle this? And then fill in the blank with your scenario, whatever you're going through. Like, take something, do something to get yourself out of your default. The final thing that I will leave you with, because I think it also ties in here, is when you're feeling stuck, like, we all have a default of what we do when we're feeling stuck. And for many years, this is so funny to say it out loud because it's like, it's kind of embarrassing, and it totally fit the model of being a cat lady. Because at the time I had 2 cats and single and living alone and all the things. And my default when I was feeling stuck or frustrated or depressed was to play online solitaire. So I would just log into my account, because I had an account, because, you know, I played it regularly, wanted to keep track of all my high scores. And I would log in and I would just play solitaire for like hours, right? So not productive, not helpful. And I had it set on like the easiest level. So it's not even mentally challenging, like nothing beneficial is coming from this. And I remember when I was working with my counselor, and she shared with me this simple thing, but you guys, it made such a big difference, and it broke me out of that just pattern, was she said, okay, next time and anytime you feel the urge to go play solitaire, go do anything else first. Go brush your teeth, go get a drink of water, get up and, you know, walk around your house, walk around the block, like do anything before you start playing solitaire. And it sounds so simple, but what it does is it breaks your pattern. It's that pattern interrupt, right? So you're no longer stuck in that default of this, you're not just the train on the track. You're able to actually shift gears and do something different. And what we can do when we're feeling stuck before we take that next step up the stairs is to do anything different. So before we let our mind spiral into, oh, this is going to be so hard, oh, I'm so scared, this is like huge, I'm freaked out, reach out for support, do a funny meme post on Facebook, and, you know, just be a little light of joy in someone's life. Like, do anything. Go pet a puppy dog. Go outside to your sidewalk, and there will be people walking by with puppy dogs. Like, this isn't challenging. This isn't difficult, and this is available to anyone to just do something different. Pick up your phone and just type in the phone numbers and hit the green call button. Like, do it. Like, even if you're overthinking it the whole time, like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so weird, just do it. And then it's okay if you kind of stumble through the phone call. Do the phone call. Make the darn call. Like, just do it. It's so easy to overthink it. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, to just do the thing. Whatever you're feeling resistance around, just go do it. Make the phone call. Reach out to the person. Ask that person out. Like, do the thing. Cool? Cool. All right. With that, again, if you missed the first part of this phone call, I've got phone calls on my mind. If you missed the first part of this live, go back and watch it. You get a little more clarity on it. But for those of you who've been here the whole time, I'm pumped to see what this opens up for you, as you're reminded that your staircase is so, so huge and so cool. And we still have some things we've got to do right now in the present to get us there and unlock that for us. So comment below, reach out with any questions, let us know how we can support you. And until we meet again next week, Thursday, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, enjoy your day. Have a fabulous rest of your morning. And we will chat again soon. Bye for now, you guys.